Elements has now come out with Stream Elements multi-streaming. Go check yours out. Stream Elements
downloaded box colors, some other cool things, and here's what it looks like from the bottom. There's a font glow option. Overlay. Click start, and down here this pink icon is the Widget.io extension that you just downloaded, so click on that. Go to the upload button, and from here just find the file that contains the chat widget that you downloaded. It should be a zip file, and click open and create widget. So now your widget will appear right here in this little box, and you can resize it. And from here you can edit it, change the font size, the font color, you can change the alert box colors, some other.
Which this crap. How to add a chat on your stream. Go to streamelements.com and log in with your account. And here on the left, we go to Streaming Tools, Overlays. And here on the right side, click on New, your stream's chat. And here on the top left, we'll switch this crappy theme to custom. Let's leave the show messages checkbox on, and we'll set the 50 and the height to 900. Then we go to the 3, and we're gonna choose the color white. Then here on the right, click on the Save button and name this overlay Chat and click Save. Then click on the icon, call it Chat and click OK. Here we insert widget URL and set width 450, height 900. Put the chat where we want it and spam the test messages. Subscribe for more. How to add a chat.
So a new multi-stream plugin for OBS just came out. This, and I believe them, bugs that they need to iron into TikTok. There's an option to create a new canvas. You can pick the resolution that you want and have a fresh are gonna work for multi-streaming plugin. This is a Stream Elements SE Live Docs multi-chat. You can see all your Twitch and your YouTube messages in a single window. Unfortunately, it doesn't support TikTok right now. Apparently, Stream Elements told me that it's something that they're working on. It's not perfect. Just be aware this is
Streamlabs right after. For OBS users, you're going to go to the top where it says docs, and then we're going to do custom browser docs, and then we're just going to call this multi-chat, and then the URL, we're going to copy paste that URL link and then hit apply, and then now we have our multi-chat here, which you can just drag and dock somewhere else. And then if you're on Streamlabs, all you got to do is click this little button on the left-hand side, pop out, but most of the time it should be right here, and you can drag this to make it larger or smaller. So and we're going to get rid of this URL, and we're going to copy description. But before we customize this, I want to show you how you can add it over your stream so your viewers can see it like I had it in my stream. All you got to do is add a new source, and then you're going to use a browser source. We'll call it multi-chat in all caps so the old people can read it. And then we're going to get rid of this URL, and we're going to copy and paste that same URL we did for this one. And then you can make the height and width here so that way the chat doesn't get cut off. So for example, if I wanted to make it taller, we could do it like 1,000 by, I don't know, like 500 maybe. And then we hit OK. That there's this background here, right? What I ended up doing was I just right click on the browser source, and then I did filters, and then I did an effect selector. Did for this, we want to import this into OBS. Make sure to keep Caster Labs open and running whenever you're streaming, otherwise your chat will not show up in OBS Streamlabs or your stream. Into OBS Studio, call this multi-chat, and then what you do is click this little button on the left-hand side here, and then you'll be able to choose a layout.
What is the best way to combine Twitch chat and YouTube chat into a single stream of messages? If you've hopped onto the on that, you can watch that up here. I'm not sure about already. You and then open the streamerbot.exe file. Yes, you just need to log in with your Twitch and your YouTube accounts. So head to the platforms tab, and then for the Twitch and YouTube tabs, just log in with your accounts there. Make sure for the YouTube account that you check the box that says manage accounts. Otherwise, this isn't going to work for you. Then you just click the chat button and Bob's your uncle. Is that a phrase that someone in chat's going to be like, what about social stream, Nutty? They had that over a year. Zip it, okay? I don't want to hear it. I know there's other alternatives that you might have heard of, but there's so many features with the StreamerBot chat window that make this so much better than all the other options I've looked at. Trust me, I've looked at like a dozen other ones. So let's go through them all. For one, they have this really neat tab system. So if you just want to focus on your Twitch audience or just your YouTube audience, you can filter your messages per platform. And in the case of YouTube, since you can have multiple YouTube streams, you can even filter your messages per YouTube stream. So if you only want to focus on your vertical messages or only your horizontal messages, that stream. Buttons for different. It also supports /stream leagues above every other. For example, if you click on someone's name and look at their viewer card, you can see I've added a couple of shortcuts up here. And one of them is a shout out button. So if I want to shout out someone in chat, I just open up their viewer card, click a button, and then it shouts them out. This is the multi-chat overlay that I've been using on my stream that combines Twitch chat and YouTube chat and displays them as a single stream of messages on screen. Horizontal version that puts all of the messages in one. Chats on screen, it's against 2US, you're gonna get banned. Show me. Show me one person that's been banned for combining chats and screen. You directly post images into chat, which could be really funny or really dangerous depending on how you set it up. It's got built-in alerts too, so if you get a Twitch sub, you get a purple notification, and if it's a YouTube member, you get a red notification. I put this up early for tier 2 members on my website, nutty.gg. That's where I've been uploading my custom stream widgets, and tier 2 members get early access to all my exclusive stream widgets, which you can find in the member exclusive area. Anyway, point is, give me money, yeah? Let's cut the sales speak. I'm trying to sell you stuff, so you either give me money or you don't. So let's just both move on, and then we can stop wasting each other's time, okay? This one's free though, so I'll show you how to install both versions of these multi-chat widgets, and then show you how to customize them to look just like mine. By the way, if you want to learn how to program your own widgets, check out today's sponsor, Brilliant. Brilliant's a really great place to get started if you've never programmed anything before. They've got a ton of interactive lessons on math and science, and their catalog on programming is really easy to get into. They have a lot of hands-on lessons with a lot of practical questions with buttons and switches and animations to play around with. You ever played Brain Age for the DS? It's like that. It almost feels like you're playing a game instead of learning stuff, and it only takes a couple minutes each day. They even have an app, so you can just do a couple quick lessons while you eat your cereal in the morning or right before bed, which is a way better use of your time than scrolling through 300 TikToks that you're never gonna remember anyway. I recommend starting with their Programming with Variables course. You'll learn how things like loops and conditionals work, stuff that you'll definitely use all the time once you start making your own stream widgets. So if you're interested in trying out Brilliant, check them out in the link. Okay, so the WebSocket server. By the time you watch this video, the new StreamerBot UI may be out, so what you see on screen here might be a little bit different, but I'll have written instructions in the description, and I'll make sure that they're updated by the time you watch this video. It's pretty straightforward. You just make sure that you have StreamerBot running, then open the widget and click this button to copy your URL, and then add that as a browser source. But I'll have written instructions in the description, and I'll make sure that they're updated by the time you watch this video. It's pretty straightforward. You just make sure that you have StreamerBot running, then open the widget and click this button to copy your URL, and then add got custom emote support. This video needs to be, which could be here to then. By the way, if you've never programmed. Okay, so the first thing you'll need is StreamerBot. Yes, this is one of those StreamerBot things. So if you're a Mac user, goodbye. Thank you for the ad revenue. Yes, this is one of those StreamerBot things. So if you're a Mac user, goodbye. Thank you for the ad revenue. Okay, so the first thing you'll need is StreamerBot. Yes, this is one of those StreamerBot things. So if you're a Mac user, goodbye. Thank you for the ad revenue. If you have StreamerBot set up, you just need to turn on the WebSocket server. By the time you watch this video, the new StreamerBot UI may be out. So what you see on screen here might be a little bit different, but I'll have written instructions in the description. And I'll make sure that they're updated by the time you watch this. Version is exactly this. It's really not there, so let me decide that you can change. And there's a real-time preview on the right-hand side so you can see the changes as you make them. For example, if you don't want to see profile pictures next to everybody's names, you can just turn that off and then it will update and refresh the preview. Each time you can just, if you don't want to see profile pictures next to everybody's names, you can just turn that off and then it will be different. I have it from off if you don't want them. You can also set custom fonts. It would be funny. So if you're not, and it will pull up a list of every single font you have on your PC. This is the multi-chat overlay that I've been using on my stream that before and sign set streamer bot set up and you watch this video. And that's pretty much it. You can figure you just time you watch this video, the streamer bot thing, so if you're a Mac, this is the multi-chat overlay that user, and that's pretty much it. And click this button to copy your video. The new StreamerBot UI may be out, so what you see on screen here might be a little bit different, but I'll have written instructions in the description and I'll make sure that they're updated. I also added a VIP button, so if window is only really useful for you as the streamer, but not asking me what that widget is. This is the Stream Up horizontal chat widget. Again, I'll leave it linked down below. This is another one of those StreamerBot things. There are said that they will eventually support Kick as long as they have a public I'm guessing one of your streamer friends told you about a cool thing called can be up initial setup out of the way. So first we're going to connect your Twitch and your YouTube accounts. So I've got a lot of stream decks. Obviously, this is an insane setup. Nobody needs to have 8 single day that I stream, I have to log back into SE Live. It's super annoying. But the worst part is, every time that you log into SE Live, Stream Elements keeps moving all of my shit all around the monitor. How the fuck do I get to stop doing that? Stop moving my docks around. I set my docks exactly the way I want them. Stop moving them around. A lot of you guys have also been telling me that you've been getting a lot of crashes with SE Live. Supposedly, they've fixed a lot of them, but it's been a couple months since I've used SE Live daily. The point is, I just feel that because ATEM multi-stream is a lot simpler and all it really does is one thing, multi-streaming, I just feel like there's a lot less places for things to go wrong compared to SE Live. Now, like I said, ATEM multi-stream isn't without its own shortcomings. For example, vertical streaming, I really did not like that experience at all. I didn't like how you have to put in your TikTok stream key every time you stream. I didn't like how you have to set up like 4-page process to like just to go live on YouTube Shorts. But like that stuff can be worked around. For example, if you want to stream on TikTok without a stream key, I got a workaround for that next week. and that just completely eliminates that problem. Or if you feel like you're missing a multi-chat dock in OBS, I created my own widget, which by the way, I'm still working on, and we just figured out how to add TikTok and Kick to that widget. And personally, I think my multi-chat widget is the best multi-chat dock anyway. So like, yeah, but I don't know, maybe that's just my own ego talking. I am really gonna miss that pop-up that opens up every time you start your stream. You know that pop-up that lets you set all your stream titles? That is my absolute favorite feature of SE Live, but because I'm really particular about my OBS layouts and I want to do tons of advanced effects and lots of different layers, ATEM multi-stream just handles that so much better. So for me, it just makes so much more sense. And probably for most of you guys, it probably makes more sense for you too. But if you want multiple canvases and you really like the idea of just having everything built in with one plugin, I don't think SE Live is a bad option. Just be prepared. Those extra canvases do take some time getting used to. Anyway, go follow me on Twitch. I stream live. This is the brand new StreamerBot 1.0 update. It's a completely brand new UI, so every other video I've done on StreamerBot, they are all irrelevant now. If you've never heard about StreamerBot before, you're gonna have a really good time. It's just fucking awesome. You can think of it like one of those chatbots like the one you get from Streamlabs or Stream Elements, but way more powerful. It runs locally on your own PC, and you can do basically anything you can think of, from simple chat commands and timed messages to channel point rewards that activate things like sound effects or even camera filters inside of OBS. You can do full automations, like whenever you switch to your BRB screen, automatically start an ad break. Whenever you start your stream in OBS, automatically post a message to Discord. Whenever somebody donates to you, automatically pop up the brightness of your Elgato key lights 100% and flashbang you. It's even got voice controls, so you can control OBS using just your voice. Give me gamer vision. This thing's like crack, which I've never done before. We got a new sponsor today, boots.dev, and you might want to pay attention to this one because they've got code literally the website, and just click download. Get whatever the latest version is. Right-click the zip file and extract that wherever you want, and launch streamerbot.exe. Get this Windows protected thing, just click more info and run anyway. First thing you need to do is get your streaming platforms connected. So just click on platforms here and log in with whatever platforms you happen to stream to. So it supports Twitch, YouTube,
some platform nobody cares about, and finally, Kick. We'll start with Twitch. Now, first thing you'll notice is there are two accounts you can connect. So broadcaster account is obviously going to be the account that you normally stream with, so just click on that and scroll down and click authorize. And the second login is optional, so this would be for your bot account. So you know how normally when you use something like Nightbot or Streamlabs, whenever you type in a chat command, it responds back using the Streamlabs account. Well, with StreamerBot, you can actually have your own custom name. So all you have to do is create a second Twitch account and set that as your second bot account here. And so every time you use a chat command later, it's going to respond back with whatever your bot account is. YouTube and Kick are exactly the same. So for YouTube, just click I agree here. And there's also two accounts. You got a broadcaster and a bot account. So exactly the same for those two. Now for Kick specifically, you are going to have to do one extra step. It will say you need to connect to the StreamerBot website by clicking login in the bottom left corner. So if you are streaming on Kick, make sure that you log in here. It's going to ask you to log in your Discord account, which I've already done. And once you log in here, go into your account and just make sure you have your Kick connected in here as well. I don't know why you need to do this extra step, but it tells you have to do it. So you just do it, okay? Allow access, and we're good. So if it says ready here, you should be all good. And if you close this down, you should be all connected for Kick. Now in the top right corner, you're going to see all of your connected accounts, and they should all be green. If Kick is still yellow, just click log out and log back in again. But once everything's connected, you can click on this button that says are streaming on Kick, make sure that you log in here. It's going to ask one extra step. It will say you need to connect to the StreamerBot website by clicking login in the bottom left corner. So if you are streaming on Kick, make sure that you log in here. It's going to ask you to log in your Discord account, which I've already done. And once you log in here, go into your account and just make sure you have your Kick connected in here as well. I don't know why you need to do this extra step, but it tells you have to do it. So you just do it, okay? Allow access, and we're good. So if it says ready here, you should be all good. And if you close this down, you should be all connected for Kick. Now in the top right corner, you're going to see all of your connected accounts, and they should all be green. If Kick is still yellow, just click log out and log back in again. But once everything's connected, you can click on this button that says chat. So StreamerBot has its own built-in multi-chat tool. So if you've been looking for a way to combine all of your messages from Twitch, Kick, and YouTube into a single stream so you can easily keep track of them, that's built into StreamerBot. And you can even respond in chat. So if I type in hello, it's going to write it in Twitch chat and Kick chat. And if I was actually live on YouTube, it would also post a message to YouTube. We'll come back to this later. Let's get StreamerBot connected to OBS now. So let's go back home. All be green. If Kick is still yellow, just click log out and log back in again. But once everything's connected, you can click on this button that says chat. So StreamerBot has its own built-in multi-chat tool. So if you've been looking for a way to combine all of your do it. So in here, go in the corner. So if you are streaming, and for Kick, YouTube and Kick are exactly as your second bot account here. And so every time you use a chat command later, it's going to respond back with whatever your bot account is. YouTube and Kick are exactly the same. So for YouTube, just click I agree here. And there's also two accounts. You got a broadcaster and a bot account. So exactly the same for those two. Now for Kick specifically, you are going to have to do one extra step. It will say you need to connect to the StreamerBot website by clicking login in the bottom left corner. So if you are streaming on Kick, make sure that you log in here. It's going to ask you to log in your Discord account, which I've already done. And once you log in here, go into your account and just make sure you have your Kick connected in here as well. I don't know why you need to do this extra step, but it tells you have to do it. So you just do it, okay? Allow access, and we're good. So if it says ready here, to log in your Discord account, which I've already done. And once you log in here, bottom left corner. So if you are streaming on Kick, make sure that you log in. You are going to have to do one extra step. It will say you need to connect to the StreamerBot website by clicking login in the bottom left corner. So if you are streaming on Kick, make sure specifically you so for YouTube, just click I agree here. And there's also two accounts. You got a broadcaster and a bot account. So exactly the same for those two. Now for Kick specifically, you are going to have to do one extra step. It will say you need to connect to the StreamerBot website by clicking login in the bottom left corner. So if you are streaming on Kick, make sure that you log in here. It's going to ask you to log in your Discord account, which I've already done. And once you log in here, go into your account and just make sure you have your Kick connected in here as well. Well, I don't know why you need to do this extra step, but it tells you have to do it. So you just do it, okay? Allow access, and we're good. So if it says ready here, you should be all good. And if you close this down, you should be all connected for Kick. Now in the top right corner, you're going to see all of your connected accounts, and they should all be green. If It is still yellow, just click log out and log back in again. But once everything's connected, you can click on this button that says chat. So StreamerBot has its own built-in multi-chat tool. So if you've been looking for a way to combine all of your messages from Twitch, Kick, and YouTube into a single stream so you can easily keep track of them, that's built into StreamerBot. And you can even respond in chat. So if I type in, hello, it's going to write it in Twitch chat and Kick chat, and if I was actually live on YouTube, it would also post a message to YouTube. We'll come back to this later. Let's get StreamerBot connected to OBS now. So let's go back home, and this time we'll click on Stream Apps and OBS Studio. Right-click and go to Add. Now, in order to connect StreamerBot to OBS so that StreamerBot can control things in OBS, like changing scenes and toggling sources, we need to enable a thing called WebSocket Server. Basically, WebSockets are a way for OBS to connect to third-party programs so that it can like communicate with each other. Okay, it's pretty simple. So just go to OBS, click on Tools, WebSocket Server Settings, and enable WebSocket Server. Take note of your server port. It should be 4455. Then copy your server password. So click Show Connect Info and just copy that server password. Then back in StreamerBot, just paste in your password and give this connection a name. Just call it something like OBS. Turn on Auto Connect on startup and reconnect on disconnect. Then press OK. Now it should say disconnected here. So right click and connect it. That server password. Then get server to OBS home, and this time we'll click on Stream Apps and OBS Studio. Right click and go to Twitch, Kick, and YouTube into a single stream so you can easily keep track of them. That's built into StreamerBot, and you can even respond in chat. So if I type in hello, it's going to write it in Twitch chat and Kick chat, and if I was actually live on YouTube, it would also post a message to YouTube. We'll come back to this later. Let's get StreamerBot connected to OBS now. So let's go back home, and this time we'll click on Stream Apps and OBS Studio. Right click and go to Add. Now, in order to connect StreamerBot to go back home, and this time we'll click on Stream Apps and OBS Studio. Right click and go to Add. Now, in order to connect StreamerBot to OBS so that StreamerBot can control things in OBS, like changing scenes and toggling sources, we need to enable a thing called WebSocket Server. Basically, WebSockets are a way for OBS to connect to third-party programs so that it can like communicate with each other. Okay, it's pretty simple. So just go to OBS, click on Tools, WebSocket Server Settings, and enable WebSocket Server. Take note of your server port. It should be 4455. Then copy your server password. So click Show Connect Info and just copy that server password. Then back in StreamerBot, just paste in your password and give this connection a name. Just call it something like OBS. Show Connect Info and just copy that server password. Then back in StreamerBot, just paste in your password and give this connection a name. Just call it something like OBS. Turn on Auto Connect on startup and reconnect on disconnect. Then press OK. Now it should say disconnected here. So right click and connect it. Startup and reconnect on disconnect. Then press OK. Now it should say disconnected here. So right click and connect it. And if you did everything right, which I definitely didn't do, what the f did I do wrong? Oh, I didn't click OK yet. Okay, you have to click apply, then allow, then press OK. All right, now we're cooking. It says connected here. If you did everything right, it should say whatever your current scene in OBS is here. So mine says gaming. I'm on my gaming scene. If I switch to just chatting, it should say just chatting in StreamerBot. So StreamerBot now is communicating with OBS. That's good. That's the bare minimum you need to set up StreamerBot. But if you want to do some extra stuff and go the extra mile, go to the integration tab, and here there are a whole bunch of other things set up. It should say just chatting in StreamerBot. So StreamerBot now is communicating with OBS. That's good. That's the bare minimum you need to set up StreamerBot. But if you want to do some extra stuff and go the extra mile, go to the integrations tab, and here there are a whole bunch of other things that you can connect to StreamerBot. So for example, if you use Streamlabs or Stream Elements for donations, you can connect your Streamlabs or Stream Elements account to StreamerBot so you can make stuff react to donations. For example, if extra stuff and go the extra mile, go to the integrations tab, and here there are a whole bunch of other things that you can connect to StreamerBot. So for example, if you use Streamlabs or Stream Elements for donations, you can connect your Streamlabs or Stream Elements account to StreamerBot so you can make stuff react to donations. There's things like heart rate monitors, or if you got an Elgato microphone, you can connect Elgato wavelength to StreamerBot. It's really cool stuff, but I'll let you guys figure all that stuff out on your own. So now that everything's set up, we can start actually doing some cool stuff. And the place where all of that cool stuff happens is the Actions page. So click on Actions and go into Actions. Now this is the page that you're going to want to get really familiar with. On the left-hand side, you have a list of all of your actions. You can think of an action kind of like a recipe, you know? It's like a thing that you want to do. So for example, if you want to set up a chat command where anytime someone types in !Discord in your chat, automatically post a link to your Discord. That would be an example of an action. The right-hand side is all of the ingredients for that action. I don't really know where I'm going with this analogy. It made sense in my head. Anyway, let's just right-click and we'll add a new action. And this one, we'll call it Discord. Every action has two parts. We have how we want that thing to be triggered, and then the thing that we actually want it to do. So come under sub-actions and right-click and click add. And you can see a whole bunch of things that you can do with an action. So for example, if you wanted to post a message in the Twitch chat, well, you just search for it here under chat and go send message. Join my cult link. Press OK. Now we want to think, when do we actually want this thing to actually happen? And that's what this triggers menu would be for. So if you right-click and go to add, how do we want this thing to be triggered? We want it to be triggered every time somebody types in !Discord in chat. So we just come under here, go to core, commands, command triggered, and we're going to create a new chat command. Now, there's a lot going on in this box here, but let me just give you the answer. Inside of this box that says commands, this would be the thing that you actually need to type in chat. So in our case, !Discord, and you have to give it a name, so we're going to call it the same thing, and press OK, and then OK again. And that's your first basic recipe. So if we go back into that chat window, and we type in that command, !Discord, oh, look at that. It just, well, my stream, ignore the stream elements one, well, you see there? Not body responded back with that thing that we wrote. Also, is there just the search field now is super long. There's so many submenus in here, and one of the nice things that this new version of StreamYard brings is there's just the search field now. So now if we want to add a timer, we just search for time. It's called a time action. Add that, and you can just create a new timer here. We're gonna is super. Well, we would just right click, addition to typing body responded back with that thing that we wrote before, and you can add more than one trigger to each action. So for instance, let's just say in addition to typing !Discord in chat, we also want this message to run on a timer. Well, we would just right click, add, and then we'd search for the timer trigger. Now, unfortunately, this menu is super long. There's so many submenus in here, and one of the nice things that this new version of StreamYard brings is there's just the search field now. So now if we want to add a timer, we just search for time. It's called a time action. Add that, and you can just create a new timer here. We're going to enable it and also set it to repeat, so it will continue over and over again. And just call this one Discord. We're going to set this one to run on a 2-second interval, so every 2 seconds. Press OK, OK, and now come to that chat window. And if we did it right, you should see that Discord message is posted every 2 seconds, over and over again. I don't really want that though, so I'm just going to delete that trigger. Let's do another example. Let's say we want to make a chat command that will allow our mods to change scenes in OBS for us. So let's make a new action, switch to gaming. So what do we want our trigger to be? We want it to be another chat command. So we'd search for command triggered, create a new command, and the command will be !Gaming. And since we want this to be moderator only, we're going to drag moderators over to the allowed column and press OK, and OK again. And what is the thing that we want this action to do? We want it to change scenes in OBS. So we'd come over here and we'd search for set gaming, and press enter, automatically changes scenes in OBS. And we can do exactly the same thing for a just chatting scene. Add a new action, switch to just chatting. What's the trigger going to be? Command triggered, create a new command, just chatting, make this moderator only, press OK, OK. Again, same thing, set active scene. This time we'll set the scene to just chatting, press OK, and now my mods can type just chatting, and it changes scenes. 2 commands, super simple. Again, if you want to add more triggers, you can do that. So if you want this to be triggered on a hotkey press, just search for key press, click capture key, and this time I want this to activate every time I press Control Home, save key, OK, and then for our gaming scene, key press, capture key, combination, Control End, save key, OK, and now I can change scenes using just the hotkey on my keyboard. But what if you don't want to use your hands? What if you got like chip grease on your thumb from all those chips and all the chip grease everywhere? You don't want chip grease going on your keyboard? That's where voice commands come in. If you come over to triggers and search for voice command, you can create a new voice command. So if I wanted to switch to my gaming scene using the phrase, give me gamer vision, you have to give it a name as well. Press OK and OK. Every time I say that phrase, it's going to switch to my gaming scene. Now, first time setup, you will need to actually enable voice control. So come over to the side menu, services, just kidding, voice control, settings, turn on auto start listen, set your audio input device to whatever your microphone is, then click start listening. And that should be all that you really need. So if we go back into OBS, go to just chatting, and if I use our phrase, give me gamer vision, automatically changes scenes. I'm gonna put my hand up this time so you know that I'm not cheating. In fact, some people accuse me of using my feet. I'm gonna put my feet up too and say the same thing. Give me gamer vision. There you go. It works really, really well. All right, enough hand up this time so you know that I'm not cheating. Scene. Now, first time setup, you will need to actually enable voice control. So come over to the side menu, services, just kidding, voice control, settings, turn on auto start listen, set your audio input device to whatever your microphone is, then click start listening. And that should be all that you really need. So if we go back into OBS, go to just chatting, and if I use our phrase, give me gamer vision, automatically changes scenes. I'm gonna put my hand up this time so you know that I'm not cheating. In fact, some people accuse me of using my feet. I'm gonna put my feet up too and say the same thing. Give me gamer vision. There you go. It works really, really well. All right, enough messing around. Let's do some of the fun stuff now. Channel point rewards. We're going to create a new action, and I'm going to call it Boo. Press OK. Let's just say I wanted to create a channel point reward that activates a sound effect. So what is the thing that we want to do? Play sound. Oh, we're going to need a sound effect for this one. Boo, you suck. Boo, you suck. Now we want to think, how do we want this sound effect to be triggered? Well, we want this to be triggered by a channel point reward. So naturally, we would just search for reward redemption. Now we will add a reward redemption, but before we do that, there's something very important that you need to understand about Twitch channel point rewards in StreamerBot. So we're going to go open the menu here, go into platforms, Twitch, and go into channel point rewards. Here you're going to see all of your Twitch channel point rewards, and everything you see here, if you go into your Twitch dashboard, it's going to match exactly what you have in your dashboard. However, what you'll notice is on the far right-hand column, there's a column that says owned. And you can see most of my rewards say yes, but then there's a few at the bottom that say no. Basically, although StreamerBot is able to see all the channel points in your Twitch account, the ones that say owned, I can actually come over here and edit how much they cost, but the ones that say that they're not owned, you can see it's all grayed out. I actually can't change any values here. And the reason for that is StreamerBot can only edit the channel point rewards that were created inside of StreamerBot. So if you were going to create a channel point reward directly in your dashboard, it's going to show up as not owned here, which means you're not able to disable it from StreamerBot. You're not able to change how much the reward costs. So I would highly recommend that any channel points that you create them inside of StreamerBot. Do not create them inside of your dashboard. It's really important that you understand that, because if you want to do some like fun stuff where you're enabling and turning off channel point rewards, and just trust me, okay? If you don't understand what I said, just follow this very basic rule. Always create the channel points in StreamerBot. Never create them in your dashboard, okay? If you just follow that, trust me, you'll be very happy. So with that said, let's go back into that actions menu, go into our boo action, and we're going to add a reward redemption. And then we're going to create a new reward. We'll call this one boo, and set it to cost 1 channel point reward. Click create. Okay. Now if you open up Twitch chat and go into the channel point reward section, there should be a brand new channel point reward there that says boo. And when I activate that, boo, you suck. It plays that sound effect. Let's do it again. Boo, you suck. And you can just keep spamming it. Boo, you suck. Boo, you suck. So that's your very first channel point reward for Twitch. Now, you'll notice I didn't talk about kick at all, because if you go into the menu, add, and go under kick, although there is official kick support, there's really not a lot of triggers that are currently available for kick. Like, it has a section for subscriptions, which is nice, but kick has a whole channel point system, and you can't actually trigger channel points from within StreamerBot. It also has a poll system. There's no support for poll events here. It's very limited. However, there is a way to get channel point triggers for kick inside of StreamerBot, but I will save that for another video because the setup is a little bit more involved. So if you want to see that, make sure to subscribe. Thank you. But if you want to expand this channel point reward even further and add more things like activating filters in OBS, just right click and search and see what they have to offer in the right click menu. So under OBS, you got lots of things here for activating sources, activating filters, muting audio sources in OBS, lots of different things you can do here. You can even take screenshots. This sub action window is like a Stream Deck multi-action, but on like mega steroids. I didn't even talk about how you can add delays if you want to do something like turn on a filter, wait for 5 seconds, turn off the filter. You can do stuff like that. You can chain together multiple actions. You can post messages to Discord. You can even run your own custom code. StreamerBot has a built-in C# code editor, and it's just built into the program. If you know how to program, you can just do whatever you want to do. And same thing with the triggers. There's so many triggers here for things that you don't even think about. Like, for example, whenever an ad starts running in your stream, that's a trigger. So you could, in theory, have a sound effect play or an animation play automatically every time an ad starts running on your Twitch stream. And that's just automatic. You don't have to think about it. You just set it up as an action here, and then you're good. We didn't even talk about the Stream Deck solution that StreamerBot offers. They have these web-based Stream Deck things that you can even dock in OBS, open up on your phone, open up on a tablet. You can even give these decks as a link to your mods, and your mods can control your stream from like the other side of the planet. There's like a whole separate system, and we didn't even touch on that. There's just so many features of StreamerBot that we don't have any time to get into. So if you want to see a video on that Dex feature, I will have a video about it next month, because this is hands down the best Stream Deck alternative, and it is completely free. Check out my website, nutty.gg. I have a whole bunch of widgets that utilize StreamerBot that you can just add to your stream. I uploaded a StreamerBot starter pack with a whole bunch of pre-made action for you that you can just import into your StreamerBot setup if you're too lazy to do some of the stuff that we did today. And come follow me on Kick and Twitch. I stream twice a week, and we will be updating that starter pack on stream. So if you want to come and suggest some things to add to that StreamerBot starter pack, you can ask me there. Okay? Thanks.
So there's been a lot of talk about multi-streaming again lately. Gee, I wonder why. A lot of you guys multi-streaming again lately. Gee, I wonder why. A lot of you guys have been wanting to stream on Twitch, YouTube, Kick, TikTok, and whatever other platform you can think of, all at the same time. And if you've done any amount of research on this topic, the two main options you've probably heard about are ATEM Multi-Stream and SE Live. These are two plugins for OBS that allow you to go live on whatever platforms you want. But which one is better? ATEM Multi-Stream. I just thought I'd cut straight to the chase because half you motherfuckers got too much ADHD to sit through a whole YouTube video. But yes, for 90% of you, ATEM Multi-Stream will be just fine. It's simple.